What is going on, guys? It's your boy Tyler _TCG, and welcome back to round 2 of Locals. On the left, we are going to see Zach Butler, fan favorite. Shout out to my coach, Z Butler TCG, versus my man Derek, one of the guys I coach myself. And without further ado, let's hop right into the match. So now we are going to have a very fun and exciting feature match for you guys today. I know Zach is playing Dracoslayer, and Derek is going to be on Byssted Despia. Derek's been really enjoying the Byssted Despia deck a lot, and I believe this is Zach's second or third time playing the Dracoslayer deck. He was telling me how much he is enjoying the deck and how he thinks you can do a lot of fun combos. Now, we're going to see the die roll. I think Zach won the die roll and is opting to go first, and his hand at the start of this match was very awkward. He opened 2 Bystials, Luster Pendulum, the Dracoslayer, triple Tactics Talent, as well as a Sky Iris. So after discussing with him, there was a line he could have made to go, like, scale Luster Pendulum, the Dracoslayer, use Sky Iris to pop it, search out Oddeyes Revolution Dragon, effect to search, and then that would have opted Derek to activate one of his Bystial effect. That would have opted Derek to use a Bystial effect, because Zach would have used his own Bystial effect to banish the Oddeyes Revolution Dragon. Derek would have chained, and then Zach would be allowed to activate the Triple Tactics Talent from his hand to be able to draw additional cards and just set up any form of scale to allow himself to play. So right now we're all just trying to figure out like what the best line for Zach would be, because I walked over, I saw his hand, I said, yikes, that looks like a pretty rough hand. Probably the roughest I've ever seen playing the deck. And so we were just thinking of any other line to try and just make the best board as optimally as possible and just figure out any way to play the game. I was thinking in my head, I know Zach was also thinking, I believe he takes a picture of his hand at some point to show the hand after the match is over, to show like a couple of our buddies who have also been playing the Dracoslayer deck. The Dracoslayer deck's become very popular at my local scene over the past couple of weeks. I guess people are now trying to like soon realizing that how powerful the Dracoslayer deck is going first, how good it is being able to break boards going second, how it can just keep constant control throughout the entire match. That's why I personally love this deck. This deck is very explosive, has a lot of fun combos that you can just pull from anywhere, honestly. When I play the deck half the time, I don't even remember how I got to most of my boards. I just go, I was able to do all this. That's cool, and I didn't cheat at all. So, and my opponent goes, wow, I didn't think this deck can do that. So I believe Zach is just going, he just passes his turn here and opting to let Derek start. He starts with the draw phase, activates Branded Opening, discarding another copy of Branded Opening, going to get Aluber, the Jester of Despia, and then just be able to pop off on some branded plays. Fortunately for Zach, he does have the 2 Bystials to be able to slow down Derek's turn. We're going to get the Aluber here, and we're going to activate the Aluber effect, search a probably Branded Fusion now, and they're probably going to activate the Branded Fusion. I don't believe Derek opened Branded Lost, which is such an incredible card. His Branded Lost is probably one of the better cards in the Branded Despia deck. So now we add the Branded Fusion, and now we're probably going to opt to activate Branded Fusion now. And then we're just going to think here. Here's where Zach takes a picture of his hand, and then this is where Derek activates Branded Fusion. I believe he's probably going to send a copy of the Fallen of Albaz, and then sending a copy of the Bystial Lubellion, which is probably just such an incredible card, guys. If you guys have not been up to date about the Bystial and everything, you should definitely brush up on those effects. The Bystial Lubellion is so great. So now we see Derek make the Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, and then he's going to activate the effect of Albion, the Shrouded Dragon now. And then we see Zach chaining a Bystial, I believe that is Bystial, chaining the Bystial Magnuma, targeting the Fallen of Albaz to get out. So that means Derek won't be able to make the Mirror Jade, but he now is able to send the Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, to the graveyard to summon out the Bystial Lubellion that's in his graveyard, which would be very good for him, but that could also proc Zach's second Bystial effect in grave. I mean his hand, sorry guys. Actually, no, he did open 2 copies. He opened 2 copies of Magma, so he will not be able to use that effect. So Zach's hand was actually a lot more awkward than we originally thought, because this hand wouldn't have been able to do much. So now Derek's just thinking about what he wants to do next. Because now that he's shut off from making the Mirror Jade, his best line of play isn't that great. So what he can do, okay, so he's going to take these 2 monsters and fuse them into a copy of Masquerade the Blazing Dragon. So now we're going to see Zach declare the effect of Magnuma to search a dragon during the end phase, and he's also going to take 600 for the because of Masquerade's effect. Being able to make Masquerade is a pretty good play, especially in the Pendulum deck when you pay a lot of life points, like for Oddeyes Revolution Dragon or Beyond the Pendulum. And we're going to see what Derek's next line of play is. He has not normal summoned yet, so if he has like a normal summon, I mean, I don't really know what you want to normal summon in this case scenario. I think he's just going to attack over the Magnamut, and then set one, probably a possible Brandon Red. That during the end phase, we were going to be allowed to search a dragon, probably searching Oddeyes Revolution Dragon. It's just one of the best search targets of this entire deck, guys. Oddeyes Revolution Dragon is just such an incredible card. I love the card so much. And then we're just going to see what Zach wants to pick up here. You could argue you go for Master Pendulum Dracoslayer to get a low scale, just in case you draw into something to start your combo. No, he's going to add a copy of Bystial Druisworm. Very good. And he's probably going to use the Druisworm during the end phase to banish. Yep, he's going to use that to banish the Lubellion out of the graveyard and take yet another 600. So he's taking 1,200 points total, so down to 68. And we're going to see Zach draw for turn now. And he needs a really good top deck here. I think he top decks Mad Spectre, Raccoon, Bunbuku. Such an incredible draw for Zach here. He's going to be allowed to search now the copy of the Majesty Pegasus the Dracoslayer. And Zach does an incredible job at explaining all of the Pendulum cards, because Derek hasn't really played against a lot of Pendulum decks before, because Pendulum just isn't really the best, like the most popular deck at the time when he started playing. But now with Darkwing Blast out and bringing all this new Dracoslayer support, is definitely a deck you guys want to keep your eyes out for. So here we go. We see Majesty Pegasus being added here. Probably my favorite Dracoslayer out of all. And then we're going to see him take the 2 monsters now, link them into a copy of Beyond the Pendulum. We're going to go Chain Link 1 Beyond the Pendulum effect to pay 1,200 life points to search. Technically, that's another 600, so 1,800 points total because of the Masquerade effect. And then we're going to trigger the effect of the Druid Worm to send the Masquerade to the graveyard. So we're going to take yet another 600. So we've taken 2,400, 3,600 points total. But like I said, guys, the constant paying of life points against this deck is definitely a hindrance. But now, I don't think that actually activates an effect. So I don't think the Triple Tactics Talents in Zach's hand will be able to activate here, because it's not an activated effect. And we just see Zach explaining what Beyond the Pendulum does. And then we're going to see Derek actually chain one of his Bystials as well. He's going to train his own Bystil Druid Worm to summon itself. And now we're just going to see what Zach adds here. If in this scenario, you don't really need a lot here. Zach possibly had a copy of Harmonizing Magician from his deck to his hand, or maybe like Purple Poison Magician, because he might be able to like make the Ignister, use the Ignister effect to pop something, shuffle back. Yeah, actually no. We see him go for the copy of Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon, one of the best cards out of either it was either Rise of the Duelist, or it was in the I think it was in the 2022 Megatins, and we're gonna see Zach now scale up Luster Pendulum the Dracoslayer and Majesty Pegasus the Dracoslayer. We're gonna see him Pendulum Summon first before he chooses to activate the Majesty Pegasus effect, or he's thinking about taking that playback possibly. It's definitely surprised that he wants to proc his Pendulum Summon so early. Actually, no, it makes a lot of sense now, because he is under Beyond the Pendulum, negating the effects of every card in the Pendulum scale and everything. So no, it does make a lot of sense, actually. So we're going to just Pendulum Summon out the Bambuku. We're now going to trigger the effect of Majesty Pegasus to search out a Dracoslayer monster and then pop a card on the feet, and then optional pop something. So we're probably going to go for a copy of, I would think maybe Dynamite Knight, Dynamite Knight. Yeah, no, actually, no, we're going to go for a copy of Ignis Phoenix. So we're going to pop the Majesty Pegasus now, and then we're going to, oh, I see the line now. He's going to scale up the Ignis Phoenix, activate Luster Pendulum effect to target the Ignis Phoenix in the scale, pop it, and then add another copy of it itself. So, like I said, very, very powerful stuff, guys. So now we're going to see Zach add the Ignis Phoenix, destroy Ignis Phoenix, and then proc Ignis Phoenix effect to summon a Dracoslayer from the deck and treat it as a tuner. Probably going for, I don't think you go for Majesty Pegasus, because he already has the Sky Iris in his hand, so there's no need to grab another field spell. And we always see him summon out the Master Pendulum. One of the technical bricks the deck has, but it serves itself as a low scale, so it's pretty well. But now, actually, Zach is able to activate the Triple Tactics Talent in his hand, because Derek activated the monster effect this turn. Now we're going to see Zach's next play is, I believe, yes, it is activating the Triple Tactics Talent now to, I believe he's choosing to draw 2 cards. Because now we're just looking for anyway into another level 4, possibly to Synchro Summon. And Ignister Prominence to Blasting Dracoslayer, just to get more value here. And then we're just going to see what Zach wants to do. We see Zach activate the effect of Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon, paying it another 500 life points to grab any level 8 or lower Dragon Pendulum monster. Or I think it's any dragon, I'm sorry. And we're going to see him add a copy of Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon. This card's insane, guys. If you don't know what Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon does, is when another card, I believe it's when an Odd Eyes card is destroyed on the field, you can special summon Odd Eyes monster from your deck. So that can like grab you Perform Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver. That will allow you to use a fusion summon with cards in your Pendulum scale or on the field, which can make Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon to allow you to bounce something. But Derek still has that one back row. It could be a copy of Super Polymerization. I do believe he is main decking that. He activates the now Sky Iris, activates the Odd Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon, activate the effect of Sky Iris to pop a card on the field and search out an Odd Eyes card. So it looks like he's going to attempt to. He's just explaining what the cards do to Derek, because like I said, Derek doesn't really know what these cards do. He's going to now pop on Buku. Or, no, sorry, he's link summoning now into a copy of Selene, the Queen of Majestus, to gain a lot of spell counters. Spell counters are like one of the ways you can play this deck if you're playing like an Endymion package. So I believe it gains like 7 counters because of all the spells. No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because there are 7 counters in the 7 spells in the graveyard, because the 2 copies of Brand Opening, the 1 copy of Brain Infusion, Zach's 3 spells, and I believe he has 1 spell in his graveyard. Yes, so now we see Zach is in the driver's seat. Now he's going to activate the effect of Sky Iris, popping the Luster Pendulum Dracoslayer to search out an Odd Eyes card, adding a copy of Perform Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver. This card is fantastic, guys. So Perform Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver has a scale effect where it says you can target one Odd Eyes or Perform Pal card in your graveyard, destroy himself, and then add it back to your hand. So now Zach's probably going to opt to activate that effect now, popping the copy of Perform Pal Odd Eyes Dissolver, and there it is, a copy of Bystial Sorneer being revealed here to possibly chain to banish the Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon, so that way Zach won't be able to activate it. So now this makes Zach use his own copy of Bystial Magnamut now to banish his own Allies Revolution Dragon, so that way Derek won't get the maximum amount of value off of the Bystial Sornier to get any other further follow-up. So yep, that resolves now. The Bystial Magnamut's going to hit the field now. So now it's just a matter of fact of what Zach's next line of play is. He's already normal summoned because he normal summoned Bambuku. He really needed that Odd-Eyes Dissolver to... He really needed that Perform Pal Odd-Eyes Seer to resolve to get the, like I said, the Perform Pal Odd-Eyes Dissolver to be able to fusion summon into Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon. And then he's going to activate Majesty Pegasus effect in hand to make sure nothing can be targeted or disrupted card effects. And then he's going... oh, I understand now. He's using that effect to be able to activate the effect of Selene to reborn the Majesty Pegasus, because it is a spellcaster, which is so important for this deck, guys. I love Majesty Pegasus. It's such a great card. So now he does have his Synchro line open, so now he can make a copy of Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Dracoslayer, use the effect of Ignister Prominence to summon out a copy of a Dracoslayer monster from the deck, or he can use its second effect to pop something on the field to spin something non-targeting. He's going to activate the first effect to summon a Dracoslayer from the deck, probably grabbing a copy of, I would say, any Dracoslayer, really. Any Dracoslayer does. And there it is, Dynamite Prominence, the Dracoslayer. I'm not sure, I'm still trying to figure out their full names, guys. I'm very sorry. I play this deck myself and I don't know the full names of these cards. So now, I believe if I were Zach here, I would probably, looks like we're going to bounce. Yeah, we're going to use the Ignister effect to pop the Odd-Eyes Dissolve, the Profile Odd-Eyes Seer to shuffle back the Druid Worm, and then we're going to activate the effect of Odd-Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon to summon a Odd-Eyes monster from the deck. So now we're probably going to grab a copy of Perform Pal Odd-Eyes Dissolver, and then we're going to be able to use the Odd-Eyes Dissolver to fuse itself with the Odd-Eyes Arc Pendulum Dragon to fusion summon into Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon, and then we'll be able to trigger Vortex Dragon's effect to bounce a card in the field, so we're probably going to be able to bounce Derek's back row now, and then I believe this is lethal. We are definitely over lethal because all you have to do is just turn the Dynamite Knight and the Selene into an Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker just gets really big, and just be able to attack for game. But we do have, but he does still have the Bystial Sornier in hand. But if he makes the Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon, all he has to do is just shuffle one Pendulum monster from the extra deck back into the deck to negate and destroy it. But I believe it's just lethal on board without it, because this is 1850 plus 25 is 4350 plus another 25 is 6850 plus 2850. And we're just taking these two monsters now. We're going to link summon into a copy of Access Code Talker. Access Code Talker is going to target the Selene to gain 3,000 attack points. And then we're going to use Access Code Talker's effect to pop the face down. It is called by the grave, guys. And then we activate Odd-Eyes Odd-Eyes Revolution Dragon. Odd-Eyes Revolution Dragon effect now going to target the Ignister Prominence in the graveyard, pop itself, and reborn it. So now I believe that's Zach and all. Yeah, I believe Derek is just going to scoop up. Yeah, Derek is going to scoop it up here. That is going to be game one going to Zach. Derek had a Libitum Jester of Despia in his hand, guys. That is definitely not a card you want to open. I mean, it can be if you want to open it. If you open the Brandon Red with your combo to make like Guardian Chimera or whatever. And yes, now we're going to see Derek and Zach going to game two. So now if I'm Derek here, I definitely want to put in copies of like Lava Golem, possibly Dimensional Barrier, because I know Derek is a fan of Dimensional Barrier. I also believe he plays copies of Lightning Storm. Droll Knockbird. Droll Knockbird is definitely a card that definitely hinders the Dracoslayer deck a lot because of just how much searching it does. You saw how many cards Zach searched out in that one game, and just showing the real power of Odd-Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Being able just to search anything by just paying 500 life points, or just, being able to reborn a dragon from the graveyard is just so incredibly powerful. We see Zach putting copies of Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. Zach is one of the biggest influencers of this card, saying it's great. It's definitely great in time, because if this card gets dropped you on time limit, when you activate the effect 2 special summon monster, you just gain the life points, and then you pretty much just have the game wrapped up. We see Derek signing in 6 cards. He's definitely putting in 3 copies of Dimensional Barrier, and I believe 3 copies of Droll Knockbird because of how much searching Zach did. And Zach was like he was going to put in copies of Solemn Scolding. That's a card that we haven't seen in a very, very long time, guys. That means Zach plays copies of Guiding Ariadne in his deck, which is definitely a very good idea if you read. Because when you pop Guiding Ariadne, you're allowed to search 3 counter trap cards and then add one of them to your hand. So definitely, I would definitely think like Solemn Scolding / Solemn Judgment would be in. And one of the biggest things I've talked to Zach about is like how difficult it is with siding in this deck, because there are just so many good engine pieces for this deck that you don't really know what to side in and out. I know that's one of my biggest struggles when I play this deck. I have no idea what to side in and out when I play, because I don't want to banish any cards that like are my combo pieces or anything, or like anything that I'm going to need going second, because going second cards are really good. All right, we are going to see the duels be shuffled up here, and we are going to move into game number 2 now. I would imagine that Derek is going to opt to go first now. Hopefully Zach will draw into some some Bystial monsters. And let's see, we see just a bunch of pendulums. We did see, he did open a copy of Bystial Druid Swarm, which is very, very good for Zach. And he also opened, like, I think I saw Odd-Eyes Revolution Dragon with possible Majesty Pegasus on the field. Yeah, it's a Majesty Pegasus in his hand, so he'll be able to search like a Luster Pendulum with Dracoslayer and just be able to pop off from there. So we're going to see Derek open up. Can't really see what is in his hand. Maybe an Aluber the Gesture of Despia looks like. But Derek is going to opt to start us off here, and he's going to start with a copy of Byssted Lubellion. Very, very good start. Being able to search any Byssted monster. I would imagine he's going to go for either Byssted Sornier or Byssted Magnum, which is the best ones to search here. But definitely, these Byssted cards are definitely very, very powerful. I like them a lot. They definitely act as a copy, they act as copies of DD Crow, which is amazing, and then there it is, the Byssted Magnum being added to Derek's hand now. And let's hope you open a copy of Brand Fusion, or else this is going to be a very, very, very hard game to win if you're Derek. But I believe in him. Derek has been known to open pretty good hands. And he's going to now normal summon a Luber the Jester Despia, which is a fantastic rip, being able to search out a copy of Branded Fusion or Branded in Red. And yep, there's a copy of Branded Fusion being added from deck to hand here. And it's very interesting why Derek chose to play this deck, knowing all the Ishizu tier element cards that are running around, and this had the Ishizu cards be able to shuffle the fusion materials you need from the graveyard back into the deck, so you can't like proc the Masquerade. The Blade can't proc like your fusion monsters like Lubellion or Albion. And Derek's thinking about this next play very, very carefully. He definitely doesn't want to trigger a Byssted effect from Zach. And then here we go, activating Brand Fusion. Now going to send copies of, I would imagine, yep, there's another Byssted Lubellion going to graveyard, and then we're probably going to send definitely going to be sending a Fallen of Albaz here because we need it to do the same thing as before. Make the Byssted, make Albion the Shrouded Dragon here, and then we're going to activate the effect of Albion. Will this proc? Yep, there's the Druis Worm, banishing the Fallen of Albaz once again. Yep, and that's going to resolve. I think Druis Worm is definitely I love Druis Worm. Just being able to send something that is special summon from the field when it's sent to graveyard, and you see Zach giggling over there. Derek's definitely not happy. Is this board going to end the same as before? Just make Masquerade and pass. Yep, it looks like it, guys. That is just going to be a Masquerade, the Blazing Dragon, and passing the turn there to Zach Butler. Looks like Derek has opened. Ooh, I think he opened Triple Tactics Talent, which is a very good top deck, which is a very good draw, because Zach did activate a monster effect, so he'll be able to either draw 2 cards, possibly look at Zach's hand. But I do see Derek has opened a couple Bystials of himself. I see Sornier and possible Druis Worm or Magnamut. Let's see. Yep, there's Triple Tactics Talent being played. Let's see what effect Derek will choose to do. I think if you're in this position, you definitely want to draw the 2 cards to possibly draw on 2. Oh no, we take a look at the hand. So the hand is it's Harmonized Magician and Double Majesty Pegasus and the Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. So he's going to choose, and Zach just wants to explain what all his cards do and everything. He's probably going to opt to shuffle one of the copies of Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon back, because it doesn't really matter. If you have both Majesty Pegasus in your hand, you can just add one, you can just scale both of them, and pop one to search a Dracoslayer card, so like probably, I would think you would go with, definitely Dynamite Knight to special summon the Majesty Pegasus to search any field spell, so you can search the Sky Iris here. So if you're Derek in this position, you definitely shuffle back the Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. Yep, there it goes, shuffling back the Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon, so that way he won't be able to search out a Luster Pendulum the Dracoslayer, or Master Pendulum the Dracoslayer, or just get any form of card advantage here. Definitely a very good hit by Derek, very proud. So it looks like we just have a Masquerade the Blazing Dragon and pass again. So, but Derek has a fully loaded hand of 3 Bystial monsters, so looks like things are going very well for Derek. And it looks like he's going to activate one of his own Bystials. He's going to activate the Magnamut effect, banishing the Lubellion to summon the Magnamut, and then triggering the effect in the end phase to search any dragon. Then he's going to send the Magnamut from field to grave to get the Lubellion now, and he's going to be able to, I believe Lubellion sets a Branded Speller Trap. So it looks like he's going to set a copy of Branded Beast now. Branded Beast is a very, very good card for this scenario, just being able to send a dragon from field to grave and then popping a card in the field. I believe it does that. I don't believe it. I think you have to send a card from your hand to graveyard or something. I can definitely look the card up real quick. But it looks like that is going to be it for Derek's turn, unless he has anything else. Yeah, I think that's going to be the end of his turn. And then we're just going to see Zach to reset his life points real quick. And then, yep, Derek's going to move to the end phase of his turn and now proc the effect of the Magma to search a dragon from the deck to hand. So you definitely either add a Bystial here, or you can even add Fallen of Albaz. Just be able to normal summon it and use its effect to Super Poly. And then, yep, there it is. He's going to add Bystial Sornier from deck to hand. And we see Zach once again drawn to Sky Iris. I wish I was this good to be able to open Sky Iris. But, so this means Derek, alright, so we just see Zach we see him move the Druis Worm into attack position now. Oh, I understand what he's going to do. He's going to attack with the Druis Worm into the Masquerade to destroy both monsters, and then he'll be able to send the Bystial Lubellion with the effect of Druis Worm. Definitely a very big play. So now we go battle phase and we go attack. So now both monsters will crash, then we'll proc the effect of the Druis Worm to send the Lubellion. So Zach was able to clean up the board very quickly. So that means the only thing that Zach has to worry about is the copy of Branded Beast. So now we see activate both Majesty Pegasus effect to search. So here we go, Majesty Pegasus effect to search a Dracoslayer monster. And it looks like we're going to activate Druis Worm, banishing Druis Worm. What do we search here? let's see. So you probably, I think you just grab the. I think you just need the Luster Pendulum, because if you get Luster Pendulum and Dracoslayer, you'll be able to pop Majesty Pegasus, and then special add Drake. Nope. It looks like we were going to grab a copy of. Yep. We're going to add a Dynamite, the Dracoslayer, and then we're going to pop the Majesty Pegasus with the effect, and then we're going to scale up, and we're going to activate the effect of the Dynamite power load to special summon the Majesty Pegasus, and then we'll see if we're going to chain Branded Beast here to pop the Majesty Pegasus, and then we can, if we want to, we can activate the effect. We can activate the Harmonizing Magician in our hand, and then activate Sky Iris, popping the Majesty, not the Majesty Pegasus, the Harmonizing Magician, to add a Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon, and then search out Master Pendulum, the Dracoslayer. But it doesn't really get you anywhere, because now we just need a completed scale, but we can't complete the scales quite yet. I really don't know what else can be done. Yeah, Zach is not in the greatest position right now. I think the best position to be would just pass. I like watching somebody else play the deck I play. That means I can look at different lines that they're thinking, or learn different ways of playing the deck. But Zach is definitely not in the greatest position. Opening the Sky Iris definitely hurt. If that Sky Iris was any other scale, just to complete the scale, we can Pendulum summon out the Harmonizing Magician, make the Ignister Promise, the Dracoslayer, and start to clean up the board as best we can. But unfortunately, that is not the case. We're just going to see what Zach wants to do now. He's just really thinking over these lines a lot, because this deck is very hard to play, guys. I definitely recommend, if you want a challenging deck to play, you definitely pick up the Dracoslayer deck. It's definitely very difficult to play. Zach is just taking all the time he needs just to be able to optimize and make the best board that he possibly can. But I just think that activating the Harmonizing Magician, using the Sky Iris to pop itself, using the Sky Iris to pop the Harmonizing Magician to add Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon, then use Revolution Dragon's effect to search out Master Pendulum, and then here we go, we activate the Sky Iris. Sky Iris is going to pop the Dynamite Knight, and then add a Odd Eyes card from deck to hand, probably Revolution Dragon, like I said, and then we'll use Revolution Dragon to search out a card. Or, do we want to add Perform Pal Odd Eyes Seer, maybe? No, I definitely don't think so. Zach is definitely taking his time and just being able to opt to make the best board possible. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to commentate the best of my ability, but I'm also just thinking, if I was in Zach's position, what would I be searching? Because we know his opponent isn't on a lot of cards. Nope, you definitely can't add Luster Pendulum to Dracoslayer off Sky Iris. So, oh, no, sorry. I don't know what exactly popped the Dynamite. Oh, no, did he use Branded Beast? Oh, no, I know what happened. He used the Druid Worm, so he used the... But I don't understand how he got the Luster from his deck, though. I'll definitely have to go over that again with him. So we're going to use Luster Effect to pop Harmonizing now. Harmonizing adds another copy of itself. Because the Druid Worm was sent to Graveyard, so he was able to send a card from field to grave. So I definitely am just trying to figure out how he got the Luster Pendulum. Because there was no way for him to search it, as far as I'm aware. So we just see Zach pass his turn here, but no, doesn't have any Lights or Dark in his graveyard, so he won't be able to use the Bestial monsters to the best of their ability. And Derek has a full hand. We're just going to see what the board he can make is. I definitely think... Oh, we're going to just normal summon Fallen of Albaz. And we're going to special summon Blazing Cartesia. Ooh, this card is fantastic. So he was holding Blazing Cartesia. And now, what's the next play? Is it just go to Battle Phase? Ooh, excuse me, guys. I'm very sorry about that. I believe Blazing Cartesia has the effect of Fusion Summon. I can pull the card up real quick. Sorry, guys. I don't have all the cards ready. I just haven't read Blazing Cartesia in a while. So it looks like Derek's looking into his extracts. I do believe Blazing Cartesia can use its effect to Fusion Summon something. Yeah, there it is. Blazing Cartesia. Yes, during the end phase of a fusion monster sent to turn this grave, you can use... Oh, so you can use the Blazing Cartesia as fusion material to Fusion Summon. And it's a quick effect, too. So you can fusion summon a level 8 or higher monster. So he's sending the sword. Oh, he's making Guardian Chimera. Very, very good play by Derek. So now he's going to be able to pop the whole field. And now draw an additional card. And he's going to be able to punch Zach for a total of 3,300 points of damage. It is a lot of damage, guys. That's a lot of damage, folks. And looks like he's just going to punch him. And then he's going to pass the turn now. Zach definitely needs some kind of insane top deck here to get him back into this game. And it's an Ignis Phoenix? No, that looks like a Dynamite. Zach just looking over his graveyard real quick to see what kind of card he has. Let's see. He needs a completed scale somehow. Unfortunately, none of the cards in his hand, I think, get him there. Let's see. Oh, it was Master Pendulum, the Dracoslayer. What an insane top deck. What an insane top deck. He was able to complete the scale, and now he's going to be able to add the field spell from his deck to his hand. Thanks to the Majesty Pegasus, but he's just going to be able to get discarded, so he's going to discard add Necro Valley to discard Necro Valley. And then Derek's just going to pass his turn. He's just going to pass his turn to Derek right there. Derek is in the driver's seat now, and he might be able just to win this game outright, but the Majesty Pegasus, and it's just going to be punched over, and I believe Derek's just going to pass his turn there by just maybe setting a card, possibly. I think he drew into Super Polymerization. And we're going to draw for turn now. Let's see what Zach has top decked. Let's see. There's no Lair Dark monsters in Zach's graveyard, so the Bysteels aren't going to cause Zach cause many interruptions. But looks like we are going to proc a Pendulum Summon now for a Luster. He top decked into Luster Pendulum, the Dracoslayer, guys. Zach with these amazing top decks. So now he has access to Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Dracoslayer, which honestly, if you know this deck, that's all you need is just one copy of Ignister just to turn the tide. So now you can go Ignister effect to summon a Dracoslayer from the deck. I would probably make. Yep, there's the Ignis Phoenix. Now he's able to make Beyond the Pendulum, just be able to add more follow-up. And as well as clear the board, so he's going to activate the effect of Ignister to bounce the Guardian Chimera, and then activate the effect of Ignis Phoenix to summon a monster from the deck, Dracoslayer monster from the deck, and treat it as a tuner. Ah, gosh. These cards are just so good. And Ignister's effect just not being a once per turn on either effect of the summon or the shuffle is just very, very insane. Trying to think what, yep, and then we see Zach add a copy of Dynamite from his deck to his hand. And now we're going to see what this can get him into. I think he just goes to battle phase, I would imagine. Because the Harmonizing is boosting all of Zach's monsters by currently 100 points. So it looks like it's 19 plus 2950, which is 4850. So definitely a big chunk. One card did that, guys. One card, one top deck of Luster Pendulum Dracoslayer with 2 completed scales. Just got him there. And I don't know if Derek has a lot to work with. He has a copy of Super Polymerization in hand. But I don't think he has any good Super Poly targets to go into. Definitely like top decking some like Aluber would be good here for Derek, but we'll have to see what happens. Looks like we're gonna draw for turn now, and then I don't know what else Derek had. Oh, I see him shaking his head. He did not like that top deck. Luckily, Dynamite is a machine, and Ignister, and that's going to be the handshake, guys. Derek is going to admit defeat here, having not the best hand. But thank you guys so much for watching round 2 of Locals. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.